Hey, this is Big Bob, and it is Thursday, and it's the 2nd of February 2017. And today's word is Buca. Buca. It's a big word, lots of pop, lots of pizzazz, and it's awesome. It's an awesome word, Buca. I was sitting there having lunch today at Buca di Beppo, and I just thought, wow. The largeness of God, the bigness of God. I was listening to Steve Brown earlier this morning, famous man from back in Florida, works with the Billy Graham Association, preaches it at the Cove. He has the national, international, universal ministry of handing out CDs, cassettes, and little talks. Key Life Ministries. Let me see if I can just pull this up for you and I'll show you. Support Steve Brown. He's awesome. Here it is. Look. Here, can you see that on the screen? Okay. So I get these little CDs free in the mail. I signed up once, and then I send them when I can. And some people who have a lot can send them a lot. You don't have to send them a thing though. And Steve Brown has the lowest voice. His voice is really just genuinely low. People say that he sounds like the voice of God. It just comes up, child, it's going to be okay. And people are all impressed because he just has a very good voice, and he's a good man of God. He's not perfect, and today he was talking about the omniscience of God, the all-powerful, the fact that God is it. God is in charge. God is large and in charge. And even when we don't understand him, when we can't figure out, what are you doing, God? Why would you say that, God? Why would you do that, God? Remember, we talked to us about this yesterday, how Jesus, he just sat there. As his brother Lazarus died, God just sat there. He didn't do a thing. Oh yeah, Lazarus is sick. Oh yeah. It didn't seem right. We couldn't understand it. Jesus, why wouldn't you jump up and run to your brother Lazarus? Why would you just sit there like a lump on a log and not go help your brother Lazarus? Come on, Lord. Come on, let's snap to. Let's get to it. Well, Buca. God had a bigger, better plan. He wanted to show the resurrection strength of his power. So when he got there, he said, Lazarus, come forth, and bam, boom, wham. Here comes old Hoppy, hopping out of the grave. I'm so happy today. It's such an abundant day. God is more than we could ask or think. He is more than we can imagine. Again, my day has just been jam-packed. I mean, Smucker's hasn't got as much jam as I do. I'm just like, whoa. And in the middle of that, Buca! They should have a really good commercial for Buca di Beppo. Just have people just standing going, Buca! It'd be really cool. Remember that? What's up? Remember, what's up? They could have the Buca. Just a guttural expression of joy and love and grace. I was saying on the other little Devo there that, you asked for can I just have a little sample cup of the spaghetti? And they'll bring you so much spaghetti out there. You're like, can I have 5 more bags, please, to pack it home? It's like Jesus and the 5,000. The way they pass out that food there, it's unreal. It's so delicious and so good and so much. And all the Parmesan cheese you can have. There's a Buca di Beppo in Claremont, and there's a Buca di Beppo out here in Pasadena, and there's a few more that are scattered about here, hither and thither. So get out to Buca di Beppo, our sponsor for the day. Well, I want to tell you that it's wow, that guy's scary stuff there, driving by at about 80 miles an hour when everyone's braking. It's like, really? These young whippersnappers, they really know what's going on, I guess, huh? Buca! Buca speed. I think Buca, to me, means large. Now, I want you to write back to me and correct me and say, hey, look, Bob, Buca has nothing to do with being large. Buca was just the name of an old Italian guy, and di Beppo, is his buddy. And so, But to me, the Bible says that He is able, He's able to do abundantly above all that we can ask or think. He's abundantly able to do beyond what we can ask or think. That's pretty groovy stuff there. That's pretty awesome stuff. That the Lord can do abundantly more than we can ask or think. Amazing. Just basking in the abundance of God, basking in the wonderful glory and power and majesty of Christ. Forgiven, saved, healed, given wisdom. God is more than we could ask or think. I was watching Somewhere in Time here just now. This I feel like Tony DiNozzo on NCIS. I always have my movie quotes here. So I was watching, and the manager had taken Richard Collier out into the stables and tied him up and left him for a goner, while McKenna was supposed to go off to the next city with her troupe, the acting troupe, you know. And well, it turned out that he woke up and he looked everywhere, and she had looked everywhere the night before, and they were just both hopelessly in love. Well, all of a sudden, here she is walking up off the beach or to the meadow. Richard, you know, and wow, if you don't break into a happy dance at that point, I don't know what's going to make you go. And then Richard turns around and they just embrace. They were so much in love. And if you haven't seen the movie Somewhere in Time, be sure to check it out, because it's unbelievably awesome. Unbelievably awesome. The love story, the grace and kindness. Amazing, amazing movie. And it's weird because it is somewhere in time. You know, he asked her at one point, he says, where'd you get that watch? I'm thinking, you know, your immediate response is, oh, you gave it to me. You gave it to me in 1971 or 72. And here's 1912. I think it might be 72. So, let's see, 12 would be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 60 years later, she comes up and she's, you know, but he said, oh, someone gave it to me. It just said, he said it was given to me. It was given to me, which kind of, you know, it's funny because she brought it back to him, you know, but it's an interesting movie. But Buca, it's more than we can ask or think. He was interested in this idea of time travel in the movie, and was able to go back to 1912 and meet the woman of his dreams. And then, because of a little glitch in the get along there, he was immediately thrown back into 1970, you know, 78, 79, something like that. And amazing. A lot of tiredness today, I tell you. Tried to sleep in, but didn't quite make it. Do you feel the Buca of God? Do you feel like when you ask God for something that you're going to get the short end of the stick? Or do you feel like you're going to get the Buca part? You're going to get a big platter? I ask for things in my life, and I'm just so amazed and blessed and thrilled, really, that God is so, so good to me. I told you the story of going to the museum. I went to the Peterson Auto Museum, and unlike all the other museums, you couldn't walk in. The Peterson Auto Museum, I guess they felt like they were going to be just inundated with people coming. So they said, you ain't coming, not unless you get a hound dog or not unless you get a pass. So sorry, boy. And so, we went up there, my family went up there, and you know what happened. We got the thumbs down. Bye-bye. 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 Well, it wasn't more than just 10 or 12 steps down the ramp to the sidewalk, and we were on our way. And this gentleman walks up and he says, "Hey, would you like to go to the museum? I have these extra stickers." So we got to go. That's the Buca nature of God. Buca! Amazing, amazing grace. God's amazing grace. God's power and grace. The Lord's sheer goodness to us. I'm very, very pleased today to be alive on this Thursday, February the 2nd. In just a few days, we're going to have our fellowship at the Casa del Green. I hope that you'll join us for that fellowship. I hope that you'll come out and come to Pasadena and come on up to my house and let's fellowship together. Let's have a time together of sharing and worship and prayer and just talking. I always like to decorate the Casa del Green, get it all decorated real nicely, and today is no different. We're going to do our best to decorate everything, make it look real pretty, and it motivates me to get the house cleared out. It motivates me to kind of get things simplified and cleared. Interesting point about Buca. Some people have Buca baloney, Buca junk, Buca hoarders, Buca, that guy's going again about 90, Buca tissue paper, Buca just something that's worth nothing. If that's you, if you're a Buca nothing kind of guy, then something's radically wrong, obviously. That's not good. You want to be a Buca Jesus guy. Buca Jesus, Buca God, Buca healing, Buca power, Buca grace. Let's be overflowing with God. Let's send forth all the power and the love and the grace that we can to God and to those people who are around us. Friends, neighbors, relatives, cousins, bosses, husbands, wives, children, grandchildren. Come on out to the Casa del Green on Saturday, February the 11th, and experience Buca on a personal note from the house. Just bring yourself on over, bring a little something to share. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, and then just dive into the glory of God at the house. Boy, I've never been this tired in a long time. Well, time is up. I gotta go. I think I gave you my numbers. I'll give them to you again. 213-713-8954. 8954green at att.net. Mr. Bob on the Twitter. Mr. Bob at BobBob8954. And on the Twitter, at BobBob8954. And on the email 8954green at att.net. Alright guys, well, as I creep on over here, trying to creep over, people are going 80 miles an hour in a 60 zone. It's kind of hard to do. God bless you. If you just accepted Christ, get to a Bible-believing church. Tonight we're welcoming back Pastor Matthew Barnett to the Dream Center, so get down there, enjoy the confetti, the balloons, the party. It's going to be a scene, man. And call me back. Let me know how that goes, would you? All right, God bless. Love you. And remember, Buca!